History isn't always a straight line. It's a complex web of events, people and places, each with its own story to tell. It's full of hidden stories, like missing pieces of a puzzle. These stories, often overlooked, hold the key to understanding our past. The British Empire, big and complicated, has plenty of these hidden stories. From the bustling markets of India to the remote outposts in Africa, each colony had its own unique narrative. This video looks at the mysterious and controversial parts of British history, and will delve into the events that shaped the empire and the secrets that were kept from the public eye. We'll explore secret agent stuff, quiet diplomacy, and how different cultures changed Britain. The clandestine operations and backdoor negotiations played a crucial role in shaping international relations. We'll go from the secret offices of MI6 to the busy streets of modern Britain. The influence of these hidden chapters is still evident in today's multicultural society. We're on a mission to uncover the secrets that made Britain what it is today. By piecing together these forgotten stories, we can gain a deeper understanding of our history. We've done our research and we're ready to tell some exciting stories. Our journey through the archives has revealed fascinating insights and untold tales. We want to show you the parts of British history people often forget. These hidden artifacts and documents shed light on the lesser-known aspects of the empire. We'll see how power, secrets, and cultural exchange changed the world. The interactions between different cultures and the power struggles that ensued had a lasting impact on global history. Join us as we explore the twists and turns of history, figuring out what's real and what's not. Our detective-style investigation will separate fact from fiction, revealing the true stories behind the headlines. We'll uncover the hidden truths about the British Empire and how it still affects us today. The legacy of the empire continues to shape our world, influencing everything from politics to culture. British spies have been secretly shaping world events for a long time. From the shadows, they have influenced the outcomes of wars, political movements, and international relations. Their work often goes unnoticed, but its impact is profound. Groups like MI6, MI5, and GCHQ work in the shadows, protecting Britain, gathering information, and carrying out secret missions all over the world. These organizations are the backbone of British intelligence, each with its own unique role and expertise. Think about how they cracked the Zimmermann telegram in World War I. This single act of intelligence changed the course of the war, bringing the United States into the conflict and altering the balance of power. Or the code breakers at Bletchley Park in World War II. Their tireless efforts in deciphering the Enigma machine's codes were crucial in the Allied victory, saving countless lives and shortening the war. British spies have always been good at uncovering secrets and changing the course of history. Their ability to gather and interpret information has made them invaluable in times of crisis. In 1909, the Secret Service Bureau was created. This marked the beginning of a more organized and systematic approach to intelligence gathering in Britain. This was a big step in making spying official. It laid the groundwork for the sophisticated intelligence networks we see today. Spying, catching spies, and secret missions have always been part of what British intelligence does. It's all very hush-hush. The clandestine nature of their work adds to the mystique and allure of the profession. We still love hearing stories about famous spies, double agents, and dangerous missions. These tales captivate our imagination and remind us of the bravery and ingenuity required in the world of espionage. These stories show us how important spying is and how it affects countries all over the world. The ripple effects of intelligence work can be felt across continents, shaping the course of history in ways we often don't realize. British spying has always changed with new technology. From secret codes to modern surveillance, new inventions have shaped how British spies work. For example, radar in World War II helped spot enemy planes, which was really important in the Battle of Britain. Then computers changed everything for code breakers. They could crack enemy codes and figure out their plans. New communication technology, satellites, and cyber warfare continue to change how spying works. This creates new opportunities and challenges for keeping the country safe in our connected world. The British Empire was huge and always had lots of different cultures. But after World War II, many people moved to Britain from former colonies. This really changed Britain. The ship Empire Windrush arrived in 1948 with many people from the Caribbean. This was a big moment. People came from the Caribbean, India, and other places, bringing their traditions, languages, and food. This made British culture much richer. It wasn't always easy for everyone to get along, but these new communities changed Britain, making it a more diverse and interesting place. The 1800s, a time called Pax Britannica, was pretty peaceful in Europe. This era, spanning much of the 19th century, saw a significant reduction in major conflicts across the continent. The term Pax Britannica itself means British peace, highlighting the role of the British Empire in maintaining this stability. This was mostly because Britain was so powerful. The British Empire, under the reign of Queen Victoria, had vast territories and immense influence. Its dominance was not just military, but also economic and cultural. Britain had a strong navy, lots of money, and clever diplomats. The Royal Navy was unmatched, ensuring control over sea routes and trade. The financial power of institutions like the Bank of England further solidified Britain's global position. They worked to keep things peaceful and prevent big wars. Diplomats engaged in numerous negotiations, crafting treaties and agreements to maintain the balance of power. British diplomats were good at using their influence and making alliances, often working secretly to stop fights from getting bigger. Their behind-the-scenes efforts were crucial in diffusing potential conflicts before they escalated. Britain wanted to stay the most powerful country in the world. This ambition drove many of their actions, both overt and covert, as they sought to expand their influence and control. For example, they worked hard to stop the slave trade. The British Navy played a significant role in intercepting slave ships, and British diplomats pushed for international agreements to end the practice. This shows they wanted to use their power for good. The abolition of slavery was a major humanitarian achievement, reflecting Britain's desire to lead by example in moral and ethical matters. But the British Empire also grew bigger, sometimes by using its army. Military force was often employed to expand territories and suppress resistance, showcasing the dual nature of British power. This shows how complicated it was to keep peace. Sometimes they used diplomacy, sometimes force. The balance between these methods was delicate, reflecting the complexities of maintaining an empire and global stability. In 1931, something important happened: the Statute of Westminster. This changed how Britain interacted with its dominions, places like Canada, Australia, and South Africa. This law gave these dominions more freedom to make their own laws. It seemed like Britain was giving up control, but it was actually a clever move. Britain wanted to stay friends with these dominions. They wanted to create a feeling of shared identity and cooperation within the Commonwealth. Britain realized it needed a new way to deal with its empire. The dominions wanted more freedom, but Britain still wanted to have influence. So they tried to work together instead of controlling everything. The British Empire was enormous. It ruled over many lands and different people. Controlling such a big empire took a complicated system. They used their military and their economic power. The British East India Company, for example, helped Britain take control of India. They used their money to gain political power, and eventually they ruled India directly. Things like railroads and telegraphs helped Britain communicate and move soldiers around, making their control even stronger. The way Britain controlled its empire still affects its relationship with former colonies today. It makes us think about unfair economic practices, political control, and the lasting impact of colonialism. After the war, when people from former colonies moved to Britain, it brought big cultural changes. Different communities mixed together, and this made Britain a more interesting place. But it wasn't always easy. The Notting Hill riots in 1958 showed the racism and discrimination that immigrants faced. But these problems also made people realize that things needed to change. New laws were made to stop discrimination, and Britain tried to encourage different cultures to live together peacefully. Mixing different cultures is still happening today. It's always changing and shaping Britain. Food, music, fashion, language, all these things have mixed together to create a unique and exciting society. The secret parts of British history, the things we don't always hear about, teach us a lot about Britain's complicated past. From secret agents to the impact of immigration, these untold stories give us a more complete picture of what really happened. They challenge the stories we already know. By looking at these hidden histories, we can better understand how power, secrets, and cultural exchange have shaped Britain. Understanding these hidden stories helps us understand today's world and the problems we face. As we learn more about these hidden parts of history, we get a better understanding of what made Britain what it is today and its place in the world. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content on hidden histories and untold stories.